To chime in quickly, because I wouldn't have communicated it in this way and think this might have been misinterpreted or just not what I'd have said, Yama at a base experience was meant to be an endgame boss. I think many of you at home and us on the team would agree the difficulty floor is perhaps too low, but the skill ceiling is very high. The gap between people just getting kill count versus getting efficient hours at Yama is astronomical. Contracts were not meant to be the end game pass. They're a bit on top of the base experience, aimed at giving the best of the best something to push for, challenge themselves, and have some fun. We absolutely made a lot of mistakes with contracts, both in terms of communication and implementation, and are still making good efforts to rectify them to get them in a better spot. I suspect we'll see more tweaks around obtaining them in next week's update too, alongside upping the GE limit. Crazy. Crazy. So next week, contracts are being updated in the GE. Like, it's almost like contracts were the end game part all along. Okay. Hang on, hold up. Also probably safe to say that we're not likely to experiment with a similar system to this again. Wow, it's been that big of a failure. It's been out for an hour and they're already saying this is never happening again. Wow. It's that shit. That's crazy. Mostly jumping in to make this clear that this was never intended to be the end game part, and having us as a team take accountability for missteps that we've made. I am hoping, though, that people are still enjoying taking on these tougher versions of the fight, watching others get stuck in the contracts, having a blast in the office, cycling through the streams. If you're looking for somewhere to chill out and tune in, check out any of the following on Twitch: No Monkey, New Type, Sync, Kirby, Mutts, EVscape. That's me. Unlucky, Saxapilla, Clipper, Skidler, J-Rays, Hisoka. It's probably more, but that's who I'm cycling through. Okay, cool. Just wanted to add a couple of things to this. The screenshot is from my personal Twitch account, replying to a friend of mine struggling with some hard content with the intent of having a laugh with him. It was meant entirely as a sarcastic prod at a friend of mine, not ModNox's official thoughts on difficulty. In the same vein as the real challenge was the friends we made along the way type of meme. This is not Jagex Nox in this Twitch chat. This is me as a player having a laugh with a good friend. Yeah, I mean, obviously this has been taken out of context. Like, 100% agree with everything that Goblin has written here. I love the content. As soon as an endgame player myself, I thoroughly enjoy the skill expression where you can reach pushing his mechanics. For example, for people saying the base version isn't endgame, go try its port no fly. Tell me how you get on. As Goblin said, maybe a lower floor than intended, but the ceiling is really high and creates a lot of cool opportunity to flex the skills. As sad as it is for me to say, seeing things like this makes me want to just not engage with players through these platforms. If I'm not even able to say anything from my own personal Twitch without worrying about it appearing on Reddit out of context as ModNox's official take, then I'm just going to stop having these sorts of interactions with players. That would be a real shame for me as well as for you guys. 100%, bro. 100%. I'm 100% with Nox on this one. Like, hey, God forbid a white boy catch a little vibe with his friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. God forbid. But I have to disagree with this. For people saying the base version isn't endgame, go try ports no fly and let me know how you get. Maybe a lower floor than intended. I think an endgame piece of content should be at its base level, very difficult, and then it's great if it has these extra layers on top that people can do for more efficiency. Like TOB. In its base form, it is a very, very hard encounter. It's very difficult. People spend a long time trying to get their first KC at top because it is very hard. And then you have methods on top of that which make it even harder, but faster. You know what I mean? The floor is literally in the center of the earth. It's that fucking low. So I have to completely disagree with that. You shouldn't have to rely on players to make the encounter harder for themselves to make the boss end game. You know what I'm saying?